The president of FIFA, who replaced Joao Havelange during the election of World Cup '98 this past summer in France, and he greets the members of the U.S. national team. It's quite an honor to have Sepp Blatter here as part of this whole event today. Brianna Scurry will start in goal for the USA. She's been the #1 goalkeeper since 1994, the most capped goalkeeper in the history of U.S. women's soccer. And now let's take a look at the rest of her teammates.
In front of Brianna Scurry is one of the most underrated defenders in the world, in Joy Fawcett. She's tough on D, but loves to get into the attack. The U.S. midfield is so strong. Let's look today for Brandi Chastain to have a big day. She's back here in front of her home crowd. And up front, the triple-edged sword 2000. Let's see if the FIFA All-Stars can organize well enough to stop the incredibly talented front line of Tiffany Milbritt, Mia Hamm, and Christine Lilly.
On the opposite side, this is a goalkeeper the USA knows all too well from the World Cup of '95 and also the '96 Olympics. Hong Gao, one of the most athletic goalkeepers in the world.
Some All-Star games are typically not that physical, JP, but Norway's Medellin knows no other way to play. She basically leaves everything on the field every time she steps out there. USA's coach Tony DeCicco refers to number 8, Bettina Wigman from Germany, as quite possibly the best midfielder in the world. And one of the players up top for the FIFA All-Stars is the incredibly dynamic number 17, Merce Akide. Akide's nickname is Marvelous back in her home country of Nigeria. She scored an unbelievable tournament-high 10 goals in World Cup preparation.
The referee will be Sonia Denoncourt from Canada. And your assistant referees are from Brazil and France, respectively. This is not only a special day for women's soccer because it's the first time we've had a World All-Stars match against any other country, but also because of the draw at halftime. And finally, we'll get to see who the USA will play. They're one of the 4 top seeds.
This is what we've been waiting for, and everybody has a lot of anticipation about halftime.
16 teams have qualified. That's up from 12 in the previous World Cup, so they keep bringing in more countries. The event keeps getting bigger and bigger. And as Sepp Blatter said earlier this morning, that the USA is going to set the bar for future women's World Cups, and we haven't even seen it hosted here yet.
Well, it's amazing, and it's attributed, I think, to the ticket sales that we've already seen. Even before the draw has been announced and where the teams will play, the ticket sales are going very, very well.
Tiffany Milbritt, one of the players who came on and did so well during World Cup '95, replacing an injured Michelle Akers. Her captain is Carla Overbeck, wearing the captain's armband. Julie Foudy's a co-captain, but Carla wears the band on the field when she's out there. Mia Hamm is a player we will always watch, and one of the things that Tony DeCicco will be concerned about today, he'll hope to get out of this game obviously injury-free. He will not show anything new in terms of wrinkles on free kicks, corner kicks, etc., because he knows the rest of the world is watching.
Right. He doesn't want to take this opportunity to teach the rest of the world some of the things they've been working on in residency, but I'm certain that everything is going to be left on the field by all the players out here.
Tony DeCicco, the head coach of the team, Jay Hoffman and Lauren Gregg assisting him, and we're just about set for kickoff. USA will be in white, and the World All-Stars will be in blue. That's Akide, number 17, and Charmaine Hooper over the ball. We are underway with the first ever World All-Stars game against the United States. The men have done it. Now the women will do it. And the draw comes up at halftime. Adis Begman of Germany. We'll get to see her this summer. Akide, broken up. Tiffany Milbritt, number 16 for the USA, will attack left. Finding Chastain, who hooks it inside the box. That's cleared away by Diacre, the number 13 player who plays for France. Cool night in San Jose, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a chance of rain. We'll see how the teams adjust to the coldness here, but many of these teams and players will be used to it coming over from Europe. Throw in coming up. Michelle Akers recently getting her 100th goal, and hopefully you watched it when it happened live, and also we had it for you right before the start of this match. Akide will clear, and it's coming all the way back towards Sombrero. And now Scurry takes over. What kind of strategy do we find in all-star games like this, Wendy?
Well, like I said, I think a lot of individual talents will come out, especially that's what we hope to see with this World All-Star team. We hope to identify some of the heroes of the other countries for the viewers. But the U.S. is going to come out, and they're not going to play their system that we normally see. They may change a few things just to kind of throw in some wrinkles.
Terp is covering Hamm. Look out, Mia's after it. And Hong Gao comes up with it. They know each other very well from previous matches.
JP, I want to point out, Terp did the right thing there, because the only way that she could have gotten that ball. Here's the ball served in. This is a great long ball. This is something the U.S. has been working on. You see Terp heads the ball down to the keeper. That's the only way she's allowed to use her hands in that situation.
Back to live action on the right side. Number 10, Homare Sawa from Japan. This is a gifted goal scorer. She lofts it across, and Scurry has got it. Scurry may get more shots out of this game than she normally gets from some of the teams that the U.S. has played against recently.
You got to remember what we have here. We've got the best players in the world playing against the U.S. here. So you've got a lot of talents out there, and you know that these are going to be the kind of players that are going to find ways to expose the defense.
6 of the ball. That's Charmaine Hooper, Canada's all-time leading scorer, breaking into the box. And Scurry comes out, got a piece, now must scramble back. Hooper cuts it across, but Tina Wegman couldn't get it. And then it's shot in just wide by Sawa. Goal kick coming up. Tony DeChico says he'll have one eye in this game, and certainly one eye on the individual players that his teams will face later, and we'll know at halftime which teams Tony will be facing in the opening round of group play.
This does give him an opportunity to identify some of the strengths and weaknesses of these better players throughout the rest of the world.
Terp on the near side. She'll have a throw-in. Terp plays for Denmark. Not among the top 4 teams, but they'd be in the next tier of good clubs. And that foul goes against Diacre. Free kick coming up for the USA. That's Lori Fair, whose sister Ronnie, twin sister, plays down the road at Stanford still. How cold is it today? Well, Carla Overbeck is wearing gloves, and you don't see that often.
That's right.
Right side, Joy Fawcett. 10 is Michelle Akers, playing it back. Lifted all the way across by Sobrero to Fair. Joy Fair, part of that University of North Carolina Tar Heel connection. Now it's a 3-on-2 break the other way. Sawa 10 in the middle, chipping it. Akide. Had she gotten to that ball, she beat Scurry, but she sort of whiffed on it. Could have been a 1-0 lead, and that might have been the first time I've seen the USA ever trailing.
That's right. Akide got a little bit nervous there. The ball is coming in. It's a tough ball. It's bouncing here, but Bry is a little slow. Brianna Scurry is a little slow coming out, but I think purely from her presence of coming out so hard, she really flustered Akide.
They call her Marvelous. That's her nickname. Her international debut came against Norway, and it was a tough debut. Her side lost 8-0 back in the '95 World Cup. All the way back the other way, played by Diacre to Hongao. That's Kim from Korea DPR on the left. Foudy, number 11, on her first touch, breaking it up, sending it into space. Fawcett was making the run. Played back to Hongao, who clears. Not what she wanted to do. It goes out for a USA throw-in. Here in the 5th minute, scoreless between the World All-Stars and the U.S. national team. Chested down by Linda Madelin. Several of these players for the WorldStars captain their sides, but Madelin was given the captain's armband today.
Probably not too tough a decision, even though you do have a lot of captains out there, because she is the most experienced player on this squad.
Wegman, football of the year in Germany in '97. For Sawa, number 10, hooking it through and almost found an open space. Scurry comes out and gets it before Sue Smith of England can.
Look at this ball coming through the defense here. Actually a perfectly placed ball. And again, Brianna Scurry is so quick off her line. That's where we're really seeing her athleticism.
Chastain trying to bring it down. This is where she's from, San Jose. She has many friends and relatives in attendance today.
Rumor was that she purchased 37 tickets for friends and family.
6th minute. This one scoreless as it's brought down by the USA, and here they come. Lori Fair. Chastain, number 6 on the ball. All the way back it comes, and Scurry comes out, and she'll be able to put it back in play. 7th minute. Scoreless here from Spartan Stadium. Again, one of the venues for Women's World Cup, FIFA Women's World Cup '99. Also the home of MLS's San Jose Clash. Akers on the ball. One of only 4 players, man or woman, to score 100 goals in her international career. Milbert with the diagonal ball, right side. Fawcett has been pushing up a lot more so far. Maybe something done as a decoy for the rest of the world to see.
I think so, because Tachiko's first option is to see her in a flat back four. But she does attack a lot. She used to play outside midfield for the U.S.
Here's the long one that goes in well wide of Hungao. We mentioned before, Brandi Chastain grew up in the San Jose area, and she's obviously very thrilled about being back at home.
It couldn't be a more perfect situation for me. I've been to 2 men's World Cups now. I've watched the draw on television, and now I'm getting ready to be a part of one in my own backyard. And to be honest with you, I feel kind of like a kid in a candy store.
That's Brandi Chastain. You get to meet a lot more of the USA women during this match. Long ball played down the right side. Charmaine Hooper. Look at Scory coming way out. And Scory got a piece. Oh, did she handle it outside there, though? Or not? Apparently not. And there's the call is going the other way.
But JP, in a play like that, she came out sliding. It's a good thing she got ball, because she could have gotten carded there.
Right. Well, this is the most active we've seen Scory this early in the game.
Here you see she comes out sliding in. She did get all ball, so thank goodness. That was a smart play. Here we'll take another look at it. Oh, great defensive slide tackle.
USA chants amidst the crowd here at Spartan Stadium in San Jose. Here's Akers. Turning. Finding Lilly. Christine Lilly puts it right down the middle towards Milbert. Hongao is way out, and now we'll capture it in the box. And Hongao will just clear it. She's been their starter for the last several years for China. China, one of the 4 seeds going into this World Cup draw that you'll see again at halftime. This is Kim. His team finished second in the Asian qualifying, surprisingly. Sobrero back here defending against Akide, who looks like a handful.
Well, we've heard about her speed, and Sobrero's very fast too, and right there they were neck and neck.
Akide on the turn, looking inside for Hooper. And it goes out of play. Let's go downstairs now to the host of Worldwide Soccer, a member of our broadcast team, Rob Stone.
Well, in most All-Star games, the head coaches usually just kind of sit on the bench and dole out the minutes and wear the nice suits. Tony DeCicco is doing some serious coaching already. He's telling his team to look to play over the top. The defense of the international side is too condensed. They want to pressure the Japanese keeper on the international side. She's not very good with her feet, and he's very upset at the defensive play. Their shape in the back needs to come earlier, and they need stronger, better communication.
And to expand upon that, Rob, in the defense, these are the type of players that you have to be buttoned up against. If they're getting chances on you, you've got to tighten it up, because this is the kind of chances they're going to face in the World Cup.
Hongao with the clearance. Chastain in there putting some pressure on Sawa to win the ball for Milbred. She'll chip it, a good idea, but it's over the bar. Tiffany Milbred certainly not afraid to shoot anymore. Her confidence is sky high because she's a regular now and one of the most improved players since '95.
Yeah. great sliding save. That is perfect organization behind the keeper.
Corner kick coming up for the USA. Sent right up to the middle. Akers strong in the air, but she couldn't get to that. She's down. 3 players went down, and Michelle is not up. Still down with Linda Madelin. And this is the thing that you obviously want to avoid, injuries in a game like this. But on a ball like that, with 3 players going after it, and a couple of them arguably among the best in the world, that can happen.
They play with so much pride, they're going to do anything to try and win that head ball. And what ended up happening is nobody headed the ball, they headed each other. Here's a look at it. The ball's coming into the box here, and Madelin is backtracking here to try and cover on Akers, and oh man, they hit hard. Just hit heads.
2 players that have played against each other so many times in the past, including
Here's the ball coming in again, and she's triple teamed, Akers is. It's amazing that she ever got anything on the ball there.
Your focus when you go up for that, you're concentrating so much, she's probably not even aware of everything else that's around her.
No, you're right. She is so focused on that ball, and when you've got that many players coming at you, I've seen it happen time and time again, especially with Akers. She's so dangerous. You know she's going to have 2 or 3 people on her.
If I'm reading Christine Lilly's body language, there may be a cut over Akers' right eye, but that's reading it from here. We're seeing what you're seeing. Now, Michelle Akers has certainly dealt with her share of adversity with the chronic fatigue syndrome and the time that she's missed. You know that the coaches are obviously concerned about it as well. She's at least up, which is better than where she was moments ago. We talked before about Michelle Akers and the versatility of this team. She's involved in a new role with this team, and earlier we had a chance to talk to her about it.
It was a tough adjustment. I had to change my expectations, and I kind of had to figure out if I want to stay on the field, will have to emerge as a new player. I'll have to find the skills and the mentality and the new dimension that will keep me on the field and keep me effective as a player for my team. And it's been fun sort of transforming myself and finding new skills and new strengths, and then still maintaining my starting position. And this year, playing as a holding midfielder, I think this position was I was born to play in. So I'm really excited about it.
A lot of times players that have played for a number of years, in order to preserve their bodies and legs, will be moved into more of a, say, defensive role, and that's what the U.S. has put Michelle into, because as a front runner you get pounded all the time and your careers are a lot more short-lived. But this is obviously something that you really can't prepare for. You never know if you're going to go up on a header and get clocked like that. She's probably going to battle a bit of a concussion, but should be okay.
And we will try our best to get an update for you on Michelle Akers. Meanwhile, Tisha Venturini is on the sideline, and you would expect that she would come in and replace Akers. Right now the USA are playing with 10. Still a scoreless one here from San Jose as it's played back to the feet of Hongao, and she'll clear it. Linda Madelin, by the way, got back up, and she is still out there playing. Pushed into space. Akide with speed. Sobrero tied her up along with Chastain as this one rolls out of play. Throw-in coming up for the USA. Tony DeCicco trying to get their attention. See if he can bring on a sub, and it's going to be Tisha Venturini. So Venturini will replace Akers. Michelle's day will be done, although we were told earlier that you could replace players because they want all the World All-Stars to play, but Akers, I'm sure they would never take a chance like that.
Well, no, that's one of the things, that's the risk you run in a game like this, is injury, and you certainly don't want to see that happen. We talked in the lineups about Madelin. She leaves everything on the field, and this doesn't surprise me that she went up so hard for a ball like that. It's just unfortunate that somebody got hurt.
Sawa from Diacre into the middle. It's Lori Hill. She is an American player, played at the university level, and now she'll be playing for Mexico. We'll talk more about her later. Here's Kim on the left. And out of play it goes again. It's a USA throw-in.
With Venturini subbing in for Akers, the change that the U.S. has made is that Chastain has dropped back into that defensive midfield role.
Lilly's shot goes wide of the target. We remind you to join ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC this summer as the Norwegian team tries to defend their World Cup title here in the United States. Watch the best women's soccer players in the world, including the talented U.S. team, compete for the 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup trophy join us this summer. Some of the fans at San Jose braving the cold, and it's cold even for, especially I should say, for California. Randy Chastain will bring it down. This one is scoreless in the 21st minute. And if you join us late, the World All-Stars not only have had the best chances, but also Michelle Akers left with an injury that appeared to be in the head, may have had a cut over the eye as well. We will do our best again to get an update for you on Michelle Akers. Hopefully it's not serious. Diacre at the back. Diacre sending it long. Overbeck is there, but she'll knock it out of play. Throw-in coming up for the WorldStars, who have been impressive so far in the early going, especially considering the one practice and the travel that they went through.
The other thing, too, JP, is this crowd is so electric, and it's probably getting them really pumped up for the World Cup.
Lily's long ball in the space. It was intended for him, but there are 4 players backtracking. Hongao has Medellin. Needed to put more on that ball, but Terp will help out on the clearance. Venturini's got it. Lost it to Sawa. Akide in a space. Then a flag goes up on the Canadian Charmaine Hooper. Christine Lilly and Mia Hamm have had quite the combination, especially since Lilly has moved back to a forward position. We talked to her earlier about playing with Mia.
Yeah, I've known her since for 10 years now. 12 years. And it's amazing that we've known each other for that long and gone through pretty much the same things with this team in college. And to play with her on the field is just fun. And now I'm back up front, so I'm back in the old college days. We're getting back to where we're kind of reading each other a little better.
It's Christine Lilly talking about playing alongside Mia Hamm. What goals they combined on in college, and they're doing the same thing internationally. Chastain comes back, defending against Akide. Good job to win it. And then it was given away, intended for Lori Fair at the near sideline. Throw-in coming up for the World All-Stars. Terp. And this one's cleared out. She'll do it all over again. She's a member of the Olympic squad and also played for Denmark during the last World Cup as well. This one goes against the World All-Stars. Free kick for the USA. Julie Foudy to take it. Hamm towards Lilly. That's blocked by Terp, who's been very active on the defensive end so far. Foudy trying to break down the defense. Sends it all the way back. Sobrero is back there. Into the middle, Chastain. And Brandy left puts it ahead. Looking in a space for Hamm. Got around Terp. Inside the 18. Plays it across. Fighting shot. Go! Fire it!
Take another look at it here. Here's Brandy Chastain's ball. It's a beautiful ball. Beats the defense. Hamm takes her time. Look how composed she is. She comes at Terp and then sees the slot that Foudy is filling. Perfectly placed back of the net. Again, here's another look. This is a perfect execution of a ball into the box. Fantastic goal by Julie Foudy.
So Julie Foudy gets the first goal for the USA, who have improved their play of late. Before it seemed, Wendy, a bit one-sided in terms of the World All-Stars having the better of the play. Inside the box, and now Scurry will clear it out. And right back it comes. Scurry's been busy, and she may get busier before the day is done.
JP, quite often after a goal is scored, that's when the team who has scored the goal is usually in a position where they let down a little bit.
From that far side, USA looking to gain possession. And now it's Kim on the left side for Smith. Lilly will break that up. From the right side, it's played into Chastain. And Brandy Chastain goes down the middle. Here's Venturini, tackled away by Medellin, picked back up by Lilly. Lilly will take the long shot, and it's stopped by the goalkeeper, Hongao. watching this famous day in World Cup soccer history. We've got Marla Messing, the president of the Women's World Cup, with us. Marla, Sepp Blatter told us earlier that you are setting the bar for the next few World Cups. How's he saying that now? We haven't even seen the World Cup.
Well, first of all, it's a high compliment coming from FIFA. But I think what he has seen is the preparations for the tournament. The fact that there's already over 200,000 tickets sold, that we have 16 sponsors, that our venues are all ready, and that there seems to be a lot of momentum building for the tournament. And, of course, today with the first FIFA Women's World All-Star match, I'm sure those things together lead him to believe that we are setting a new bar for this tournament.
You've got to be happy with everything from the crowd today to what we were told, 250 media members from 9 different countries.
We're very proud. As you said, the crowd here is terrific. San Jose is a great market, and it's going to be a great venue for the 1999 Women's World Cup. And the media interest is there. They know that World Cup soccer is about soccer at the highest level, and they're going to cover the tournament, and we're going to have a great summer.
You've already made the prediction that you're going to sell out the Rose Bowl for the final. Some people say they're going to win the Super Bowl. You've gone the other way, and you must have some other things behind the scenes that lead you in that direction, right? Not just ticket sales, but other things like the Olympic success?
Of course. Certainly seeing the huge crowds at the Olympics, we knew that those people are there to see great soccer, and that if we could bring the World Cup to the big stadiums, we would sell them out. As you know, JP, we were originally going to be in small stadiums, and if we had played the tournament there, we would already be sold out.
So that's good news. We're watching some of the World All-Stars. We're chatting with Marla Messing, the president of the Women's World Cup, and somebody that's going to be very busy today, especially later on when you see the World Cup draw, and that is coming up here at halftime. We remind you it's a 1-0 lead for the USA, and a goal by Julie Foudy. USA in white, World All-Stars in blue, and back it comes to Overbeck, and now to Sobrero in the middle. Sobrero just holding on. World All-Stars have looked pretty good in the early going. Testing. Brianna Scurry in goal, like she hasn't been tested recently. Let's go downstairs quickly to Rob Stone and an update on Michelle Akers. Rob?
JP, I just came back from the U.S. locker room. Michelle Akers has about a 4-stitch gash over her left eye on the eyebrow. Can't really tell if it's a concussion right now. They're going to let the swelling go down, but her face is pretty beat up right now. And she's a little losing a little out of it, obviously, but about a 4-stitch gash over her left eye.
Thanks, Rob. If you find out more, please let us know. It's a 1-0 USA lead over the World All-Stars. And there'll be a throw-in coming up for the U.S. team. Tony DeCicco anxiously awaiting the draw at halftime. So much preparation went in, Marla, to the draw at halftime, and everyone's waiting to see where Brazil goes, I guess, because that's going to be the group of death.
That's right. With Brazil not being a seeded team, and every one of the seeded teams being guaranteed to play a European team, that will determine the group of death. But I also think it'll make for a great competitive tournament this summer, and certainly great for the fans.
The doubleheader concept was a good idea, too, and some of them, we're told, will be played in conjunction with Major League Soccer games as well.
That's right. The 2 semifinals will be played in conjunction with Major League Soccer games, and people have asked me why we've done that, and for us it's really about promoting the sport of soccer in this country. Whether it's men or women, it's about the sport.
This is Kim coming back, bringing it up near the halfway line. Foudy will play it up now to Milbrit. And now Terp takes it over. One of the interesting things, Marlon, then we'll let you go. At the press conference yesterday, people talked about leaving an American legacy, and Michelle Akers got up and said, I want to change that. It's an international legacy as the offside flag goes up. She's talking more globally than other people were. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think she's right. I think people look to the United States to take a leadership role, certainly in women's sports. And here, having the first Women's World All-Star game and bringing the best players in the world to the United States, I think has drawn a lot of attention around the globe. And I think we're going to help move soccer one step further around the world.
Marla, thanks so much for joining us on this very busy day for you.
Thank you, JP.
Marla Messing, president of the Women's World Cup. And she, like the rest of us, anxiously await the World Cup draw that is coming up at halftime. And we're right now in the 30th minute. USA leading 1-0, looking for a second. Outside of the box it comes. It goes to Venturini. The shot by Chastain was blocked, picked up in the box. Lily, was there a push? Well, maybe not in the FIFA World All-Star game, Wendy.
Well, they may let some of those calls go, as long as they're not blatant.
Ongao is ready to clear it.
Take another look at this. This is Chastain's shot. It deflects off the defender there. And here's Lily running at the goal there. And I think that was a clean tackle.
All the way back to Scurry as we're back to live action. USA leading 1-0. Akers has already left with an injury. Rob Stone gave us that update. Cut in the stitches and hopefully no more. Chastain, left side for Foudy. And even though they widened this field, she needed a little more room. She did keep it in play somehow. Milbert cuts. Picked off by the WorldStars. Lori Hill. Lori the Thrill Hill, as they called her at University of California, Santa Barbara. Fawcett is back for it. A lot of the players have played against Lori Hill from collegiate days. Sobrero will take it on the left side. Here's Akide. Now to Sawa. Overbeck. And it comes back. Ongao is advancing. Intended for Foudy. That's broken up. Sawa puts it into space. Hooper makes the run. Great job defensively by Overbeck to keep Hooper away from the ball and Scurry.
That's right. Carla Overbeck did a great job. She was basically containing Hooper because Hooper's got great speed, and Scurry comes out once again very hard off of her line to win that ball.
Linda Madelin. Now Lily trying to bring it down, and it goes out of play. Let's hear from Julie Foudy on this home field advantage. She knows about it because of the Olympics.
Again, that's completely pro-American. I can remember the final game. There was this one small section of some Chinese fans, their flags, and they were trying to make noise, and it was like, get out of here, you know? We had this whole 76,000 people that were totally pro-American and very passionate. So I think we can create that type of atmosphere again this summer, and that's such a benefit when you're playing on the field.
And it starts in June. This is the road to World Cup 99. A lot of matches played by the USA to get them ready. Here's Ham. Right side, Milbert. Inside the 18, Linda Madelin is there. So is Kim. And it goes out. And they'll call it a goal kick. Oh, no, corner kick. Corner kick. Julie Foudy, the third most capped player now in U.S. history. All set for the corner. Venturini very solid in the air here, so she might take Akers' role on these set pieces. Coming across. It doesn't go Foudy's way. It comes all the way back to Carla Overbeck in the 34th minute. Foudy has the only goal. Played inside the box. It's loose. Shot. Gonna go. And Lori Fair should have gotten credit for it, but now they're going to wave it off. On the push. So it's still 1-0 USA.
JP, Lori Fair is one of these younger players that DeChico is investing in, and she is, I tell you, she's been working so hard in residency camp, and she has punched her way into this starting lineup, and it's not a fluke that she's there. She's been working so hard, and DeChico really feels like she deserves it. You can tell she's also very potent in the attack, as we just saw in that great finish there that got called back.
She does have a lot of speed to the back line.
Speed, and also her technical touch on the ball is the best on the team, and that's a lot to say for such a young player.
That's saying something, sure. Here's Lily, left side. Chastain in the middle. Looking for Foudy, who has to come back against Bateman. Milbert is there. I'll say this about the World All-Stars. They got the most out of one practice.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, for them to be so familiar with each other, I think maybe it's just a general knowledge of the game itself and being able to play at such a high level and under any circumstance. But they have really gelled together well.
Part of it is their individual talent, obviously, and also I think you're right before about the crowd maybe getting them up. I mean, a lot of the women are not used to playing in front of crowds even of this size, and the crowds are going to be much bigger when the World Cup starts.
Exactly, and it does. It energizes the players. And, you know, when the crowd gets going and starts chanting, you just get chills run through your body, and it gives you a lot of extra energy.
36th minute is where we're at now. USA leading 1-0. Good crowd on hand here in San Jose, including Crazy George, getting people involved in a World Cup chant. Akide trying to turn inside. Very strong player. Gives it outside. Wegman, German star, gives it back for Akide. Will play it back out. Hill sends it in. How to get through? Off the block, and it's going wide. Right side for Terp. Terp with a cross. Sauer with a nice idea in that flick. It doesn't get through. Diacre takes it from France. And down the right side intended for Terp, and that's going to roll over the end line. Goal kick coming up. Tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 12:30 Pacific Time on ESPN2, it's women's NCAA basketball. Number 15, Penn State takes on Ohio State. It's a Big Ten battle. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network, Go.com. And Scory will clear it. 10-4 Venturini. Now Milbert takes over. Julie Foudy holds. Right side for Fawcett. World All-Stars defending in blue as the run is made by Milbert. Tiffany Milbert brought down by Diacre. Free kick coming up from about 24 yards away.
JP, this is a great opportunity for the U.S. here. Ham and Chastain are out front over the ball and are looking to get their 10 yards here. But Hung Gao is very acrobatic. She's a great goalkeeper. Doesn't have a lot of size. Let's see what she does here.
It's Mia's. Here's the shot right at Hung Gao. And it stays 1-0 USA in the 38 minutes. We remind you to stay tuned at halftime, the World Cup draw.
Here's another look at the shot. Hung Gao has it covered very, very nicely. Doesn't actually get her body behind the ball, but I think because of her athleticism and acrobatic nature, she was able to get her feet over there.
Here's Diacre. Cooper will try to switch it. It's a long one for Sawa and Lori Fair. Lori Fair has the better angle. Chastain to Lori Fair. On the turn is Foudy. Look at Hill going after it. Played some soccer together.
Played a little club ball as youngsters.
Foudy, wide left, Christine Lilly. Here's Lilly. Going strong all the way across. Looked like she was ready to load up on that right foot, but didn't. Now Chastain sends it through. No flag is up. Foudy is in. To the far post. That's turned out. Linda Maitland with a great diving header to give up a corner kick.
Looks like Foudy's a little disappointed there. Here's another ball by Chastain. She's the one that served the ball in the first goal as well. And Foudy just doesn't get enough emphasis on that ball. Again, another look. She takes it down great and goes right at the goal, but just the ground is a little bit soft out there, and I think she didn't get her footing well enough. Medellin comes in and shows her international experience, heads that ball away.
39th minute, USA 1. World All-Stars no score. Hung Gao will clear it. Near side, Sawa's touch. Lori Fair's back on it. And back it goes to Sobrero, former All-American at Notre Dame. Now to Overbeck. Off the block, it's Venturini. Expect some changes at halftime. We'll have the draw. We'll talk about it. And Tony DiCicco said he wants to play everybody. And you'd expect the World All-Stars will do the same.
That's right, and that's why we're all here to see all the players, see the best players in the world, and it's important that everyone gets a chance to recognize the heroes from the other countries as well.
Mia Hamm among the many for the USA that will be playing in their third World Cup come this June. Here's Lori Hill. In a space it goes. Overbeck reads it. Former All-American in North Carolina clears it out, but now it's picked off. And having a go was Smith. From the left side, it's Fair. Pushed up into space. Venturini, nice toe poke ahead to Ham, just off target. And the whistle sounds to stop play. Flag was up again on the near side. Charmaine Hooper, one of the stars you'll be seeing this summer. Great goal scorer for Canada. Also played in the W League, was their most valuable player.
JP, I'll tell you, the Raleigh Wings played against her in a game, and she shredded our defense. Actually got thrown out of the game on 2 violent yellow cards, and that was the best thing that happened to us because she is unbelievable.
Hooper flicks to Smith, left side. Broken up in the wing. Despite the hurdle from Overbeck. Kim blocks that on the wing, and then, in fact, she blocked it out. USA will have a throw-in coming up. 22 goals for Canada's all-time leading scorer, Charmaine Hooper. Canada recognized as the second best team in CONCACAF. Mexico was really the third best this time around. Lori Hill after it. She plays for Mexico. Handball call. USA will have a free kick in the 42nd minute. Foudy has the only goal that came in the 24th minute of the first half. Chastain gives it up on the right. Fawcett. Cross it. Inside. It's Tep who clears. Venturini is back after it. Saw Foudy but couldn't hit her. Sawa clears. Taken over now by Lori Fair. Lori waits. Nice in the dribble. The flick from Milford intended for Foudy goes out from the near sideline. Not much room on the sideline, even though they expanded this field here. It's very tough to take corner kicks. This one goes out, and Fair got it last, so Onga will have a goal kick. Tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific on ESPN. It's the 1999 ESPY Awards presented by GM and Pennzoil, hosted by Samuel L. Jackson. Guest presenters include Tyra Banks, Dennis Franz, and Rosie O'Donnell. Top athletes will be around like Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Eric Davis, Pete Sampras, and many more. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network, go.com. On that far side, Hooper let it go out. It was last touched by the USA, so it'll be a throw-in for the World All-Stars, who have looked pretty strong in this first half of play. Had some chances early on, not as much lately. Chipped into space. Akide waits for it. Now knocks it down. Look at her strength. Akide still going, and it's knocked out for a corner. She is tough to mark one-on-one.
Sobrero has had a big day matching up with her. Sobrero is very, very fast, but Akide's legs, I think she's got about a 5-inch difference. Her legs are a lot longer than Sobrero, and you can just tell she gets a lot of speed going. It's really tough to stop her.
All set for the corner. Sawa played it low, and Venturini cleared it out. Lori Hill on the far side. Look at the dribbling skills of Lori Hill. That's why they call her the Thrill. Left side for Smith. Smith on the wing. And she'll clear it up and over Brian Ascuri.
JP, we talked about there's no place to run and approach the ball here on the corner kick, and as well, it's really got a lot of rain yesterday. It's real sloppy out there.
From the left side, it's Lori Fair as we're near the end of the first half of play. Foudy has the only goal in a 1-0 USA lead. In the first ever match between a World All-Star team and another country. In this case, it's the host team for FIFA's Women's World Cup '99. Mangao ready to clear it. That she does. Long for Hooper. Headed down by Sobrero. Akide has got it. Broken up by Fawcett. She and Hill run into each other, and then Smith picked it up. On the go. And down the middle. Smith gave it up in the end. The fight was still in from Hooper. There's some bite to this game.
There sure is. We've got a lot of pride out there on this field. This is what these players have been working towards, and finally it's going to get to the point where we're going to find out what the pairings will be. It's an exciting time in women's soccer.
We didn't think it would be nasty, and it hasn't been, but we knew that there would be some physical play in this.
I think it's very tough to tell an international caliber athlete to go out and maybe play, 80, 90%. You can't do it because that's actually when injuries do occur.
That's it. First half has come to a close, and we have only one person who has scored. Julie Foudy getting that goal in the first half of play. She'll be watching the World Cup draw, as we all will, and we will also have a U.S. reaction when it is all over. But first, some explosions before we go to break. The 1999 FIFA Women's World Cup draw is straight ahead, so stay with us. The United States leads the World All-Stars 1-0 here at halftime in San Jose. Crazy George will watch the draw, too.
Elevator to lobby. By George.
Contacts, $320. Treadmill, $800. Wonder Bra, $26. Facelift, $3,000. Being happy with who you are, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Happily accepted most everywhere.
Come on. Come on, he's taking too long. I should have gone.
Yeah, he should have gone, man. He should have gone.
Do it. He's coming, and he's gone. This is all I could get. You did good, Billy. You did real good.
Yeah, the boy should have planted that 3 hours ago.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Can I go now?
No.
America's got gumption.
Ain't nobody crying.
The kind of can-do spirit that's in every Chevy Malibu.
Ain't nobody worried.
A car so carefully crafted, so darn tootin' tough, it can go up to 100,000 miles before its first scheduled tune-up. Yes, sir, it's gumption on wheels. The car you knew America could build. Malibu. Genuine Chevrolet.
Suffering from the I've had it with the everyday life blues?
We got a full tank of gas, 3 bottles of suntan lotion, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it!
Then it's time you escape to Daytona Beach. There's 23 miles of sunny shores, as well as Daytona, USA. Golf, fishing, plus Central Florida's top attractions are all within an hour's drive. To find out more about all there is to see and do at Daytona Beach, call for a free visitor's guide. Daytona Beach. Big beach. Big fun.
Welcome back, everyone, to Spartan Stadium in San Jose, California. We have all been waiting months for this, the draw for the FIFA Women's World Cup 99. And to lead us through it all, we go down to the host of Worldwide Soccer, Rob Stone.
Hello, everybody. I am Rob Stone from ESPN and ABC, and welcome to Spartan Stadium here in San Jose, California for today's historic FIFA Women's World Cup final draw. Now listen close, because during this important halftime break, you'll be witnessing the start of an amazing journey in women's sports as we discover how 16 of the best women's soccer teams on this planet today will line up for the first round of this world-class competition. The United States is the proud host for this amazing tournament, which will be played June through July at major venues in 8 cities across America. And we want you to know that ABC, ESPN, and ESPN2 will be televising all 32 matches of the Women's World Cup. And of course, that's right. And of course, being a global event, the games will also be televised and celebrated by soccer fans throughout the world. It's not only a major landmark for television, but a sensational sports legacy for a whole new generation of female athletes. And here it is, right here on my left, the goal that everybody will be fighting for. One of the 16 teams that will be selected today will be going home this summer with the World Cup trophy. Now, to help with phase 1 of the draw, a very special San Jose welcome to a true soccer fan and soccer player. She's from the hit series Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Please welcome Allison Hannigan.
Hi. Thank you.
It is truly an honor to share the stage with this next person, an international soccer legend, one of Germany's and the world's all-time greatest scorers, all-time greatest players. He is now a California resident. Please welcome Mr. Jürgen Klinsmann. He is the 1998 U.S. Male Soccer Player of the Year, a two-time World Cup veteran for the United States national team, and one of their most exciting and recognizable players. From Major League Soccer's Los Angeles Galaxy, please welcome Kobe Jones. And now, to begin phase one of the final draw, the gentleman who presides over the world's most popular sport, FIFA's brand new president, Mr. Sepp Blatter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great pleasure for FIFA to be today here in San Jose, California, not only to witness the draw, but to be with you at the moment when women's football is presented to you at your best. And I can tell you, the future of football is feminine. And we... Together with you, we are promoting this game. And please, thank you very much. Enjoy together this wonderful night, the second half of this competition, but specifically, please enjoy the draw for the third World Women's FIFA Cup to be staged in June and July in the United States. I wish you a very pleasant evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Blatter. Now to tell us about the tournament teams and help everybody understand the rules of the draw, San Jose. Please welcome FIFA's event manager, Jacqueline Moresi. Jacqueline will now briefly explain the draw procedure to our viewers and our audience here in San Jose, California.
Thank you, everyone, and good evening. This year, I'm delighted to report that a record of 16 countries have qualified for the Women's World Cup tournament. The finalists are, from Asia, the People's Republic of China, Japan, and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. From Africa, Ghana, and Nigeria. From North and Central America and the Caribbean, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, this year's host country, and, as we all remember, the gold medalist at the 1996 Olympic Summer Games in Atlanta. From Europe, competing teams include Denmark, Germany, Italy, Norway, the defending world champion, Russia, and Sweden. From Oceania, Australia, and from South America, Brazil. The 16 finalists have been divided into 4 groups of 4 teams each. Those groups have been put into these 4 pots. As you can see, each marked with the letters A through D. Pot A contains the 4 seeded teams, and they will act as our so-called group leaders. The seeded teams are the People's Republic of China, Germany, Norway, and the United States. The remaining 12 teams have been grouped by taking both soccer and geographical factors into consideration. After pot A has been emptied, we will draw from the group pot to determine the order in which the remaining 3 pots, B, C, and D, will be emptied. Finally, I'd like to emphasize that as we draw, the groups must feature 2 teams from Europe, and none a group may feature more than 1 team from Asia and CONCACAF. That's a quick picture of the draw, and President, if you and our guests are ready, let's move on to the real thing.
Okay, we are ready. Thank you very much. I do hope you are ready too. And we will start now with pot A, where we have the seeded teams. And please, Alison, start, steer, and bring the ball to Jacqueline.
First team to be drawn is USA.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, good start. Second team, Germany.
But they are not in the same group. They are group leaders, as you can see on the scoreboard.
The People's Republic of China.
You don't like?
And the last one of the seeded teams is the defending world champion, Norway.
So this concludes the first pot. And now I would invite Kobe Jones to make a draw to have the pots which will be emptied second, third, and fourth.
Second pot to be drawn would be pot C.
The first pot to be emptied will be C. Second one.
Followed by pot D.
Pot D. And the last one.
Pot B.
Will be pot B. So now we have to empty pot C. And before starting in pot C, we have the teams of Australia, of Brazil, Japan, and Korea DPR, and we have to avoid that Japan and Korea are going to China. So please start the draw.
Australia.
So Australia has to cover China and goes with the group of China. The next one is starting in the first row.
The Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Will play in the same group with the United States of America. In fact, it will be the opening match.
Brazil.
Brazil is going together with Germany. And the last, with Norway,
Japan.
we will have Japan. So this concludes the first part of our draw. And now we are going to the second sequence. And we have to empty pot D. But we have nobody on pot D.
Rob?
So I'll take care of that.
You take care.
This is my job. I'll take
Okay.
over from here. Thank you. That concludes the second phase of the draw. And here to help select the next 8 countries in this great tournament, please welcome People's Choice Award winner and the co-star of the NBC sitcom Will and Grace, Miss Deborah Messing.
Hi, thank you.
A lot of allure. She is one of basketball's most accomplished players. She led Stanford University just up the road from here in Palo Alto to their first NCAA championship, and she won a gold medal in the 1996 Olympic Games. Please welcome Jennifer Azzi.
To be? Okay. Hi.
Flexibility on the stage. Thank you, Rob. And now we are going to empty D. And in D, we have following teams: Canada, Ghana, Mexico, and Nigeria. We have to avoid that Canada and Mexico is going in the group with USA. So we start with D, please. Deborah. The first thing, Mexico goes in 2. Cannot go with USA.
Nigeria.
Nigeria goes in group 1 now with USA and Korea DPR. Take your time. So lovely to see you.
Ghana.
Next one, Ghana.
And finally, Canada.
Canada. So we have 12 of the 16 teams. Thank you, Deborah. And now we have to empty the last of the pots, which is B, designated by the draw. It will be Denmark, Italy, Russia, and Sweden. And they go from 1 to 4. Please.
Denmark.
The first team drawn is Denmark and goes in group with USA. The second one.
Italy.
Italy. And Italy goes in the group with Germany. And the third one.
Sweden.
Sweden with China. And team number 16 coming out. Obviously, it's Russia.
Russia, yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 4 groups now drawn, and I would invite Rob just to repeat how they have been composed in the 4 groups.
Thank you.
To you.
Thank you, Mr. Blatter. This is your refresher course. The United States is in a group with North Korea, Nigeria, a country they have never played, and Denmark. Germany's group, the Samba Queens of Brazil, Mexico, and Italy. The number 1 seed, China, is placed in the same group with Australia, Ghana, and Sweden. And finally, the defending Women's World Cup champions, Norway, are placed along with Japan, Canada, and Russia. Mr. Blatter, that's how the 16 teams shape up right now.
Thank you very much. We have the 4 groups now. I would like to invite the chairwoman of the local organizing committee, USA 99, a big former star who has changed the element of water to the element of field play to indicate the groups where they're going to play. Please, Donna De Verona. So, Donna, please tell us where the groups are going to be.
Thank you, Sepp. I just want to say, as a graduate of Santa Clara High School, and one that represented this area for the Olympics in swimming, it's only my pleasure to welcome you today. You've set a record in this historic FIFA draw and first All-Star match. Our goal is to make this the most exciting women's soccer tournament, World Cup in history, and you started on your way. Come join us this summer and fill the stadiums and inspire young girls all over the world. Thank you. And now, I'm not excited. I want to thank both teams for their great play so far, and now I want to tell you the groups. USA will head Group A. Germany will head Group B. Norway will head Group C. And China, Group C. Thank you so much. See you this summer.
Thank you very much, Donna De Verona. We have now the groupings and where they are going to play. So I would like to extend thanks to you, but also to Jacqueline. Thank you so much for your generous help, and on behalf of FIFA and the Women's World Cup, thanks to you again, and especially to Alison Hannigan, Deborah Messing, Jennifer Rassi, Jürgen Klinsmann, and Kobe Jones, and all our friends at the organizing committee for joining this important kickoff of the largest sport event for women in the world. But thank you to you all to attend this meeting today, and especially to witness the second half of wonderful women's football. The future of football is feminine. Many thanks.
That's Sepp Blatter, the president of FIFA. And as we go to break, we remind you that coming back, we'll have an analysis of the World Cup draw, and especially what the USA is thinking about. They'll be taking on Korea, DPR, Nigeria, and Denmark as part of Group A. It's all next.
This simple-looking device.
The Channel 2 Action News Night Beat at 11. The most complete coverage of the day's top stories.
We're going to take a live picture.
We have live Team 2 coverage. More than just highlights of the news. You'll see the whole story. Every minute of every newscast, every night. Straightforward, in-depth, complete. For the most thorough coverage of the day's major news, watch Monica Kaufman, John Pruitt, and Glenn Burns' Wake Up Weather. The Channel 2 Action News Night Beat at 11. Coverage you can count on.
If it has anything to do with health, food, vitamins, or nutrition, Austin's Nutrition Center does it, and does more of it than anyone else in North Georgia. Stop by Austin's and let their knowledgeable staff assist you with all your vitamin and nutrition needs. Austin's guarantees the lowest prices in Gainesville and is happy to handle your special orders. Austin's Nutrition Center, Town Center Plaza, Browns Bridge Road behind Pofolks, or just dial AUSTINS.
Samuel L. Jackson. Performances by Big Bad Voodoo Daddy and Fastball. It's the greatest night in sports. The 1999 ESPY Awards live tomorrow at 7:30 on ESPN.
During the year, we spend a lot of time with each other, both on the field and off. It brings us closer together, and that helps us play better. When Lil has the ball, I know exactly where she needs me to be. It's like we can read each other's minds.
We asked elementary school teachers to try Motrin IB instead of Advil.
This is the place for headaches.
I got a real whopper of a headache right now.
We thought this would be the perfect place to try Motrin IB.
I get aches and pains all day long.
Nothing, not even Advil, has been proven to work better than Motrin IB.
Okay.
Doctors have prescribed the medicine in Motrin IB more than any other pain reliever.
My headache is gone.
Feel better. Beautiful.
Now it's Motrin IB, spoken here.
I could teach another 20 years this maybe not.
Have you outgrown your current position or find yourself unemployed? Then it's time to look in the National Business Employment Weekly. You'll find top jobs with top companies and advice on landing them.
Order 6 issues of the National Business Employment Weekly now for only $19, a special introductory offer. Look in the National Business Employment Weekly. You'll never know what you'll find. To subscribe, call 800-238-3800. That's 800-238-3800.
Welcome back, everyone, to Spartan Stadium. We have just concluded the official draw for the Women's World Cup 99. Now let's get a reaction from Tony DeCicco. Here's Rob Stone.
Now with North Korea, Nigeria, and Denmark, 2 teams you're not very familiar with.
Yeah, I call it the unknown group. I know Nigeria just by looking at Mercy out here, the forward that is in the WorldStars game. She's big, she's fast, she's a load. I don't know anything about North Korea, but I know that they've given China all they could do for 2 games. So Denmark, we know, is a top team and a tough team. You know, we're just going to have to prepare for those teams, get to see them as much as we can.
Denmark, the only team from that European group that has defeated you guys. They look like you're probably your stiffest challenge right now as you line up the other three teams.
Again, I don't know the other two teams. All I know is North Korea, and I don't know who they're playing, but every time they play, they give somebody a lot of trouble, and they're giving people like China trouble. Like they just lost to China 1-0 in the Asian Games. Nigeria, we don't know, but from what I understand, their football is better and better all the time.
Great, Coach. Thanks for your time. Enjoy your second half and enjoy the draw.
Okay, thanks.
I like the way Tony said it, the unknown group, but we can tell you for sure that Group B is the group of death with Germany, Brazil, Mexico, and Italy. We'll have a lot more coverage from San Jose. We'll talk more about the draw. We still have a second half to play, so keep it here.
This simple-looking device.
Este diciembre 26 presenta una vez más el Carretón Barra Club, su noche latina tropical. Con la mejor música latina, como ya lo sabes. Salsa, merengue, cumbia, bachata, punta, tecno y toda la música que tú deseas escuchar. En el mejor club latino de Gainesville, aquí en el Carretón Barra Club. Ya lo sabes, este diciembre 26, sábado.
There's good news for antique lovers. The Oakwood Antique Mall is now open on McEver Road. Come and visit their 9,000 square foot showroom and see for yourself. Antiques, collectibles, pottery, art, fine crystal, glass. Unique decorator and one-of-a-kind items. Beanie Babies, too. Open daily 10 to 6, Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6 Sunday.
And 2 at 7, the Friars face pure power in the paint when they battle Ron Artest and the Red Storm. At 9, big stars shine in the Big 12 when Oklahoma's Eduardo Nahara takes on Missouri's Albert White. And at 11, Tulsa is shooting for the top of the WAC when they face Sean Marion and the Runnin' Reds. Providence St. John's at 7, Oklahoma, Missouri at 9, UNLV Tulsa at 11. Big Monday presented by Bud Light tomorrow on ESPN2.
The Women's World Cup comes around just once every 4 years. So we practice and we train and we train. It's a long time to wait. But fortunately, time flies when you're having fun.
The 1999 Women's World Cup Soccer Draw on ESPN2 is brought to you by Bud Light, official beer of the U.S. Women's National Soccer Team. And by Genuine Chevrolet, the cars more Americans trust. And welcome back everyone to Spartan Stadium in San Jose, California with Wendy Gabar and Rob Stone. I'm John Paul Della Camera. The FIFA World All-Stars and the U.S. national team competing. The second half is underway. USA in white. They have the lead 1-0 on a goal by Julie Foudy in the 24th minute. Some changes out there. Starting in goal for the World All-Stars, Ulrika Karlsson is now the starting keeper here in the second half. She plays in Sweden and is considered one of the best goalkeepers in Europe and soon to be probably throughout the world. She replaces Hong Gao. Gives her a different look. She's a more physical goalkeeper than Hong Gao, not as quick.
Has a lot more height. It'll be interesting to see how she plays her box, because if we remember, the goal that the U.S. scored was they utilized an air ball that beat the defense, and the keeper didn't come out fast enough. So I'm sure the U.S. is going to try and do that again this half.
Chastain takes over. She's now donned the gloves. It's gotten colder in San Jose. Started at 50 degrees, hand going down. Here's Julie Murray, just back on the team after being off for a few years, and they brought her back in a different position, forward, although she's not playing as a forward right now. 11 is also out there, Graziella, who plays for Brazil. So the World All-Stars have made a lot of changes. From the far flank, Fair picks up. And that one went out of play. A throw-in coming up for the USA, who seem to have the same 11 out there.
I'm sure we'll see some changes, JP, because Coach DeCicco wants to give everybody a run. This is a great game for some of the reserves to come off the bench and get some great experience.
And actually, the competition is something that maybe he didn't bargain as much for, too. But if he can watch his team perform in a close game. That's something he hasn't seen in a while.
Exactly, and what we may not see is any changes in the defense, because he needs to make sure his defense is so sharp in situations like this. But we may see some, changes up top or in the midfield. We'll have to see what happens.
Sweden's Ulrika Karlsson. Cleared away now by the keeper. And that one goes out, or almost goes out on that far sideline. USA getting it back. Venturini picked off and played back to Karlsson, whose Sweden team will be playing in the same group as China. Switched across, right side, USA. Lily plays it through on the left. She's passing, and Foudy kept it in. Open room in front, and Venturini was robbed by Karlsson. USA looking to get it back. Lily, that ball looked like it was too far for Foudy, but she kept it in.
She's playing with a lot of heart. She was not going to let that ball just roll over the end line uncontested. And Venturini did a great job to get in the appropriate slot in the box. She just got really unlucky because Karlsson came up with a big time save.
And especially since that was the first one that came at her here in the second half.
This ball was served by Lily. Foudy gets there, gets over the end line, so she's not off sides. And Venturini did the right job there. Karlsson just came up fairly lucky, I would say, because from that angle, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Lily on the turn. Open player is Fair. Looking for Ham, and that's broken up. Lori Fair stayed with it. Then appeared she was taken down. It's called on Terry.
Sorry, guys.
Now they're going to say throw and no foul. And as Lori Fair threw it in, there's another whistle. And they're going to make a substitution. That's the reason for the stop. And we're going to change goalkeepers. Tracy Dukar will play as we look at the United States and their road to World Cup 99. And in the group of the unknown, Denmark is the only team that the USA, Wendy, really knows.
This is a very interesting first match here, because Denmark is a very solid team. It's their third World Cup. They've got a lot of experience, and you can tell from watching Lena Terp that she is a quality player, and a lot of the other Denmark players play just like she does.
We're seeing some changes now made for the United States. Christy Pierce comes in for Lori Fair, and Tracy Dukar in goal for Brian Astori. As we expected, we thought Tony would alternate goalkeepers, certainly 45 minutes apiece if he could. Here's Lily trying to play it out, and that's cleared by the defense, led by Linda Medellin. Christy Pierce trying not only to make this team, but she has a shot still of being a starter even.
Well, she does. She and Fair are battling tough, battling hard for that position. She's probably the most athletic player on the U.S. team. She played basketball in high school, and actually in college, I'm sorry, and comes to us with a lot of athleticism, which is much needed in the back.
Carla Overbeck winning it. Going back. Tracy Dukar, who also played at the University of North Carolina, giving it up on the right side. Here's Fawcett. Fawcett will play it up. Intended for Venturini, and we lose sight of her here with the sight lines. Cleared back. Lori Hill. We'll had some interesting things happen to her in this first half of play. Almost set up a goal. Now she looks inside for Graziel, and that was whistled for the offside. Tracy Dukar gets ready to put it back in play. 51st minute, USA leading 1-0. Here is Group B, which is the group of death. You've got Germany, Brazil, Mexico, and Italy, and you've got three teams there that are pretty strong.
You do, and we refer to this as the group of death, as FIFA refers to it as the toughest group in the draw. Brazil is a top 5 team, so you have 2 top 5 teams in one bracket. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Italy coming back after missing out in World Cup 95. They were there in 91 and knocked out in overtime in the quarters by Norway.
We got to remember, too, the history of the Italian program. They actually have the world leader in goals in Vignoto.
Top 2 right now.
Top 2, that's right. There's a lot of history, and you can bet that they're going to come back with a lot of pride to kind of emerge back into the world scene.
Look at Pierce, pick that one off. She's still going. Christy Pierce almost broke it inside the 18. Foudy was there putting on some pressure as well. Upfield it comes. Won back by the USA's Mia Hamm. In a space, she almost had it. Looking to play that ball inside. Now it's cleared. Shannon McMillan's also out there now for the USA. Pierce will break it up. And then that tackle off Chastain. Now let's go downstairs again to Rob Stone.
All right, we're joined by Lori Fair. And Lori, you and I are just kind of going over my little cheat sheet here. You finally know who you're playing, North Korea, Nigeria, and in your group. Any thoughts looking at it right now?
Well, all four groups look fantastic. All these teams. You know, I haven't played Nigeria before, but I have played Denmark and Korea before, and they are tough teams. All the Asian teams are so quick, and Denmark, you know, all the Scandinavian teams, they pose a very, very big threat. So
Denmark is your home opener, Saturday, June 19th, 3 p.m. at Giant Stadium on ABC. Probably your toughest game in your group will be the first game.
Yeah, actually, but then again, we have no idea what to expect out of Nigeria. Denmark, I remember playing them, and they're big, they're strong, and they're going to be good. They're going to be really good. So we're going to have to be at our best to beat them.
You're taking on a North Korea team and a Nigeria side that you guys have probably little to no knowledge about. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Well, in some respects, it's a good thing because we can go out and we can just, you know, there's when we don't know a team, there's nothing that you don't have anything to lose. You just go out there and you play your best. You know, it's a first impression, and that's what we want to make on these teams by playing them for the first time. But then in some respects, it's a bad thing because we don't know their strengths. We don't know how their style of play, things like that. So it's going to be a challenge.
Great, Lori. Good luck. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Rob and Lori. Back the other way. Charmaine Hooper dispossessed, but the whistle sounds right outside the 18 for a free kick coming up from the WorldStars. And this could be very threatening. We'll see who's going to step up for Jake. Well, they've made a lot of substitutions for the World, but they're keeping Charmaine Hooper still in there. They did take out Akide, who was very impressive in the first half, and Tony DeCicco now knows that he will be playing against her team this summer.
That's what makes him very nervous because, like, he doesn't have a lot of knowledge of Nigeria, and when you got a player like Akide on the field and you can see what she's doing to the U.S. defense, it makes you a little bit nervous to see what else they have.
Lori Hill, maybe the one to take this, or Charmaine Hooper. Hooper, left foot, and it's deflected, and a goal! The World All-Stars have tied it. Charmaine Hooper on a free kick, and it appeared to be deflected upstairs.
Here's a look at it. Lori Hill, we think she might take the ball, take the kick, but actually Hooper does. It is deflected. I think Dukar lost sight of it as it went right over the wall. This is a better look at it right here. Oh, Foudy deflects. It actually goes off of her head. Tough to make that save.
The ball changes speed, it changes direction, it changes rotation, all of it. Are the World All-Stars happy about that goal, or is it just a regular game? No, more than just a regular game. So it's 1-1 now as Ann plays it back now to Chastain. And again, on the plus side, it's great competition for the U.S. team to be involved in a game like this.
There's no question about it. This is the type of atmosphere they could be exposed to in the World Cup. Like you said, JP, it's good for them to see it now.
Linda Madelin plays it back. Ulrika Karlsson clears. The knock to the right side. Here is Foudy crossing inside the box, and Linda Madelin takes it over. Foudy back on it. Waits for support. Now plays it inside. Shannon McMillan looking. That's broken up and cleared. Charmaine Hooper. Overbeck all over. Back for Hill. The clearance intended for Graziella. And now back it comes to Christy Pierce out of Monmouth University.
JP, another thing to point out on the world goal. The U.S. defense needs to be very careful not to have any questionable calls. You could tell by Sobrera's reaction that maybe she thought she didn't make that foul there, but you can't, can't let there be any question in those types of situations.
Well, All-Stars bringing it back up the middle with some speed as well. As Tesse, who is brought down. She just came on as a sub, replacing the injured Antonella Carta. For Charmaine Hooper, who will she be up against? Well, you've got Norway, Japan, Canada, and Russia. Russia's first time in the World Cup. Japan should be improved, but Norway's the obvious favorite there.
No question about it. They're the defending world champions. They're going to be very, very fired up. I think Russia, though, could be a sleeper. We saw them in the U.S. Cup, and they've got a very talented side.
But second place is up for grabs here, and I think Canada could advance.
No question about it, especially when we see the talents of Hooper. She is their all-time leading goal scorer, but she is so, so dangerous.
58th minute now, one apiece. World All-Stars and the United States national team. Here is Dukar getting ready to put it back in play. Clear it to the halfway line. Foudy on the right. Ham is open. Mia with his cross, and Carlson had it measured. Downstairs again to Rob Stone with Tiffany Milbert.
Tiffany, you and I were talking before we came on live. Denmark, your first game. You guys have a history against them. You played them in the Goodwill games last summer, paced them 5-0, but that's when you guys were really kind of hitting your stride.
Yeah, we've played Denmark quite a few times. We also have seen them in the first round of the Olympics, and so we know what they're about. I think when we were in top form this summer in the Goodwill games, we gave them a really good game.
Tough taking on a Nigeria team and a North Korea team that your knowledge about them is just zip?
Yeah, personally I'm a little scared of relative unknowns because you never know how they're going to play, and most of the time they're scrapper teams and they're just going to come out, and they typically have the strengths that are weaknesses.
In the locker room, you guys watching the draw, what were your reactions when the names got plucked out and you found out who you were playing?
Well, of course it got really quiet and everybody's shh. But then after that, we were really excited. We didn't really understand how the draw was going to go. We kind of heard that they were going to mix some groups up and stuff. But finally, when we found out, everybody's really excited, and I know I am.
Were there some teams in the draw that you were kind of hoping to steer away from until maybe the later rounds?
Yeah, I think Brazil definitely, Italy as well. I think those two teams are really strong teams, and we're just thankful that we don't have to deal with them until later.
Right. Tiffany, thanks for your time. Go on the bench and get warm.
Thank you.
Corner kick coming up for the U.S. They'll take it short. McMillan to Foudy. Played across. Chastain settles. Overback shot. Deflected. Ulrika Carlson showing that her reflexes are not so bad either.
Another chance there on a deflected shot like we saw with Hooper on the other end. What I love there is how Chastain took that ball down. Well, that was lucky to get through Terp's legs there, but what a great strike by Overbeck.
Lily fires off the right foot, and that's high and wide. There'll be a goal kick coming up for Ulrika Carlson.
Here's another look here. This is a ball that was shot here and is deflected, and Venturini, who's one of the best headers in the world, goes up, but Hooper makes a great save off the line. If she hadn't been there, looks like it would have been in the back of the net.
Back on live action, Maitland heads it forward to Tesse. Tesse played U.S. Cup of '97. Off that clip, the foul is going to be called. Begman plays it back. World All-Stars in possession. Diacre. Lily knocked it away from her. Lily trying to put it into space. Long run after, but Ulrika Carlson's there, and she'll clear it long as well. Hooper looks for it. Sombrero fell. Hooper's got it to chip over Dukar. And a goal! A beautiful goal for Charmaine Hooper. Wow.
Wow is right, JP. That play started with Carlson. The Scandinavians are known for their long ball serves. That was a phenomenal long ball serve.
Granted, Sombrero falls, and it happens in a split second, but that's a great finish by Hooper.
Oh, this is a great angle here. That's the end of the serve there, and Hooper, this is experience right here. She sees Dukar way off her line, and just, I wouldn't even call that a chip. I would say that that's pretty much of a blast over her head. And here Sombrero, she just gets unlucky. She gets caught a little bit, but great inside of the foot, bending ball into the corner.
The way that happens, a lot of people put that one way over the bar.
Exactly. And that wasn't a chip over the keeper. That was a well-placed, firm shot.
Well, she came as advertised. We touted her at the top, and she is a very impressive player. Charmaine Hooper, remember that name. Canada certainly hopes she will have a very strong World Cup. Their hopes rely certainly on her performance. So she's got 2 in about 6 minutes. Throw in now for the World All-Stars. Graziella gives it up. And it was intended for Murray. Taken over by Bigman. Now to the right sideline it comes. Offside flag is up as Dukar makes the catch. We go downstairs again to Rob Stone.
Thank you. We're joined Super Eagles Mercy Akide. You're in the USA's bracket. What were your first thoughts when you found out you had to take on the Stars and Stripes?
We are going to play US. US is in our group. We are not afraid of them. They are just like a lady like us.
It's a good attitude to have, right?
Yeah.
You guys have a poor history in past World Cups. 5 losses and 1 tie in your first 2 Women's World Cups. If you guys feel like you've strengthened your team and can make a big improvement on that?
Yeah. We are young in the team, and as we continue to play in the World Cup, this is our 3rd outing. We are going to give a good fight.
For those of us in America who may not be familiar with your team, talk to us a little bit about it. Fast, quick, what kind of side are you?
We are fast now and strong.
Best.
2-1 World All-Stars have the lead over the U.S. national team. Both goals by Charmaine Hooper, and Julie Foudy has the lone goal for the U.S. squad as Mia Hamm breaks inside the box. Looking dangerous, and Diacre knocked it out for a corner kick. And Christine Lilly will be going over there to take it for the USA. That might be one of the targets for this corner. We'll see. Last time the USA played the short corner. And the USA will make a change. Cindy Parlow, who's been bothered by a hamstring injury, will replace Brandy Chastain.
This is the first time we've gotten to see her this year, actually. It's good to see her on the field. She is a player like no other in her abilities to lose defenders in the box.
Right off that corner. Over back. Too high. So it's 2-1 World All-Stars over the USA national team. And we welcome you back, everyone. We have Per-Mathias Høgmo, the head coach of Norway, as our special guest. And the first thing we have to ask you, coach, is your thoughts on the draw.
Well, it could have been worse, to be honest.
What do you like about the particular group that you're in? You were the top-seeded team.
Well, before the draw, the big question was to not draw Brazil. And we see we didn't do that, and we're quite happy with it. And I believe that the group where Brazil came, it looks pretty hard with Italy and Brazil, Germany, and Mexico. It's quite a tough group.
This is Mia Hamm picking it up at the other end, and Ulrika Krausen comes up and makes the play. You're relatively new as a coach for the Norway national team. Evan Pellerud was the coach back in the '95 World Cup. But you must know a lot about the rivalry between those two nations. It's been fierce for the last several years.
You think about Norway?
USA and Norway.
Yes, of course. We had a lot of tight matches. We beat them 4-1 in Algarve last year, and they beat us 3-0 in China. So it always tight and tough matches.
Coach, has the team changed at all since you've taken over as head coach from Pellerud?
Yes, we have a new generation coming up in Norway. A lot of new young players who has improved well. So we're working good in Norway. We're getting better and look forward to the championship.
This is the group that you're in with Japan, Canada, and Russia. Watching Charmaine Hooper tonight has got to at least has to make you think about how to stop her. If you didn't know her before, you know her now, right?
We know her well because she played in Norway 5-6 years ago. So she's not new for us. Of course, she's a good player, and we have to watch up for her.
Sticking with the action at the end line, it's going to be played across, and Ulrika Krausen looks like a very strong goalkeeper. Europe does have many strong goalkeepers in the women's game.
Has become much better the last years in women's football.
Long Krausen kick, and it's Christy Pierce taking it over. Throw in coming up, and the throw will be taken by the USA. Here's McMillan to the left. Inside of the box it comes. Mia Hamm on the spin move. Right across. That one's broken up. Venturini touching. All the way across, Foudy's way. She brought it down. Just tried to tow it inside for Cindy Parlow. And almost made the connection. Julie Foudy scored the first goal earlier. And then it was the Charmaine Hooper show. I'm going to take you back a few years in time. 1995 World Cup that was played in Sweden. And look at this Norway side that was so strong. Norway versus Germany. That's when Evan Pellerud was the coach, and Norway played a very strong game, and the score might have been even misleading. It could have been higher. Norway being crowned the champions. And Coach, what do you have to do to repeat as the champion when the United States hosts the next World Cup?
Well, the women football is growing, and it's been much tougher to get on the top, and it was in '95. But there is, yes, let me see, 5-6 teams who can win the championship. So it will be very tough for us to get it, but we have a good chance, and we look forward to it.
Coach, thank you very much. We'll see you again this summer.
Thank you.
That's the head coach of Norway, the new head coach, relatively new, Per Mathias Høgmo, who has been the head coach since 1997. And we thank him for joining us. USA with the ball. Sobrero. It's a 2-1 lead. And while we were speaking with a coach and showing you some of that footage, there was another change made too. Mensah, number 9, has come on. Vivian Mensah, who plays for Ghana. Foul call by Sonia Denoncourt. And the USA will have a restart coming up. And there is Mensah, who came on. We'll see what she can do to the offense. Played inside the box, and Ulrika Karlsson has got that. She has played well since coming on in the second half. One final group to show you for the Women's World Cup, and that's Group D, and with China and Sweden and an improving Australia side. That's not a bad group.
Right, JP, I totally agree with you. Australia is a much improved side. Coach DeChico thinks they'll surprise some people.
And they're getting ready for the Olympics too, so they're spending more money on their program. Mensah is broken up. Outside shot well wide from Julie Murray. Still 2-1 in favor of the World All-Stars. Ghana is the team that we don't really know much about in that particular group, but China would be the favorite again. But remember, 2 teams will advance, so second place up for grabs.
There's no question about it, and Ghana is a team that nobody knows about. It's exciting to see Mensah get on the field here in the second half. She's a very prolific scorer for Ghana, and even as impressive, she's the mother of 1, so another soccer mom, as we know of Carla Overbeck and Joy Fawcett as well.
Danielle Fotopoulos coming on, and Linda Madelin is just getting some words of advice. They don't want to bring her out. Tony DeChico said he would use players, try to use them all, but it seemed like the Parlow substitution when he was tactical. He needs a goal now. He wants to win this.
Right, and Parlow is very dangerous. She's great in the box at losing defenders. He says she's, even as young as she is, she's one of the best in the world, basically meaning that she gets the ball at her feet and she can take 2 or 3 players on. She's very strong, very crafty with the ball. But Fotopoulos as well, here we see her, she's the NCAA all-time leading goal scorer with 118 career goals. Just graduated from University of Florida, just won a national championship there. There's no other player in the world like her as well. She's very, very strong, very big. If you let her get faced up and run with the ball, forget about it. She is so, so strong.
Lily on the corner kick with a 2-1 lead for the World All-Stars, thanks to Charmaine Hooper's 2 goals about 6 minutes apart. It's going to be cleared outside of the box. Pierce will pick it up. USA looking for the goal to draw them level. This one goes out. Throw in coming up on the far sideline. Lily will take it as well. Christine looking for room. That's broken up. USA scrambling to get it. Look at the fight here and the bite. That's Murray. Didn't know she had that kind of speed.
We talked about the improved Australian side. I mean, that's a perfect example. 3-4 years ago, you wouldn't see a player out of Australia having that kind of explosive technical speed on the ball.
Offside flag goes up. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone and another special guest, hometown hero Brandi Chastain.
That's right. We're joined live now by Brandi. A case of deja vu all over again, right? You open up the '96 Olympics with Denmark. Guess who you open up the '99 World Cup game with?
Let Yes.
Denmark. Your thoughts about Denmark?
Well, we're really excited about playing Denmark. One, because they're a very good team, and they'll set the tone for the rest of the first round for us. If we play the way we did in '96, I think we'll be victorious in that game, but they're definitely a team that we can't take lightly.
Does this whole draw finally kind of set things in motion for the Cup this summer? Because up until now, it's sort of like we don't know who we're going to play. We don't know what's going on. Now things are set. Now you can focus. Now you can start scouting.
Well, I think you can tell just by the intensity of this game how it's picked up the second half. Everybody's getting fired up. They know who they're playing. They know what stadiums they're going to be in. And the thing has just begun. And I think it's only going to catch fire from here.
Staying on subject of this game, intensity has really picked up. This is not what most people expect from an all-star game, is it?
This is not the Pro Bowl in Hawaii, that's for sure. We're definitely high intensity out here, and I think what's great about this game for the people who are here and who are watching on television is that these are some awesome players, and nobody is to be taken lightly, and we're really happy to have held it here in San Jose.
Nice to be here, and is this what you expected?
I think it's even more than we expected. This crowd is wonderful. The soccer is awesome, and we're having a great time tonight.
All right, we have a little prop right here. This is the World Cup Barbie, right? I don't know, somewhat of a striking resemblance, do you think?
Oh, absolutely not.
Do you like having that Barbie hanging over your shoulder there? It's kind of disturbing.
It's her ego.
Brady, thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. 2-1, World All-Stars leading the United States, who almost scored moments ago.
Here's McMillan's corner. It's a great ball served across the box, and Fotopoulos, who's so dangerous in the box, heads the ball. It gets saved by Carlson there, and Fotopoulos follows it up. But tell you what, if you can't organize any better than the World All-Stars did on that.
What was Brandy saying, like the Pro Bowl in Hawaii? One feel of the temperatures here, and
I wouldn't mind being in Hawaii right now.
I know, it was 50 when we started, 50 degrees. It's much colder now. But the action is heated up on the field. World All-Stars have a 2-1 lead. Pushed back, Diacre. Tiffany Roberts has also just checked in while we were downstairs. So the USA doing what they said, making as many subs as they can, giving everybody a lot of time. The one negative was Michelle Akers leaving earlier with an injury. Got cut for about 4 stitches, we were told. That was early in the first half, very early, in fact, in the game.
JP, that reminds me of the '95 World Cup in Sweden. In the first game, she went down with a concussion, a blow to the head, and hopefully she's gotten that out of her system. Let's hope for that.
Another foul on the opposite side. We remind you that tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ESPN, it's the 99 ESPY Awards, presented by Jim and Pennzoil, hosted by Samuel L. Jackson. Plenty of guest presenters, including Tyra Banks, Dennis Franz, and Rosie O'Donnell. Athletes like Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Eric Davis, Pete Sampras, and many more. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of Go Network, go.com. Settle down for Mensa. Ducar's got that. The World All-Stars aren't satisfied with a 2-1 lead. They're still looking for more.
They're great players, and they love to play the game. And in front of this crowd, it's such an energizing crowd. It's got to get them so fired up. The draw's over. They know where they stand now. They know where they're going to play and who their competition is. And it's just an exciting time. Just a great time for women's soccer.
That was a tough hit on the near sideline. For those wondering what kind of competition we would see this summer, this is a great way to sell the game. Lily to the right on that very quick restart. That ball was out on the near sideline. And even though there's a very pro-USA crowd, I heard people cheering when Hooper scored because I think they just thought it was a beautiful goal and they were just saying, this is great.
This is great. This is what the level of women's soccer has gotten to. It's a very exciting time, and everybody's just so excited for the World Cup this summer.
It was a bad throw. So Shannon McMillan will take it over. The flick for Lily. Christine Lilly giving it up now to Joy Fawcett. Give and go. Instead it goes to Fotopoulos. And just as she was ready to crack it, she was chopped from behind. Whoa, Charmaine Hooper, who had 2 goals, went right through it. And you said she was physical.
Yeah, well, they both are. They both are. It was probably something that kind of got enticed behind the scenes. But here's another look at it. Fotopoulos has taken too much time in this game. But I'll tell you what, I was so thankful to see Fotopoulos get up from that tackle because that's unnecessary.
Free kick coming up. USA with McMillan and Lily. McMillan if it comes off the right foot. Lily if it's the left. It's Mack. The shot is high. Shannon McMillan just over the bar and over Ulrika Karlsson. So the World All-Stars continue to lead 2-1. 77th minute here in San Jose, California. A great night. We had the World Cup draw at halftime. Saw which groups are where. The USA will be playing Korea, DPR, Nigeria, and Denmark. If you are joining us now, missed out on it. From that left side, here's Lily. Broken up. USA has it. Foudy. Harlow. Going around, one attempted tackle. Here is Tiffany Roberts. Another standout from the University of North Carolina. Busting down the wing. And this one goes out. We go downstairs to Rob Stone and another member of the world team, a player who did pretty well today, Lori Hill. Rob?
Yeah, she did very well. A three-time All-American at UC Santa Barbara, Lori Hill of Mexico. I guess every World Cup has a group of death. Welcome to your group of death. Number 1 seed Germany, Brazil, Mexico, and Italy. Ouch.
Very ouch. Grupo de muerto. Grupo de death in Espanol. Yeah, it's going to be a really tough group. All three of those countries are very tough, have very talented athletes. I was watching it at halftime, and I was like, oh. But hey, you know, we'll see what we can do.
You guys kind of scraped your way into the World Cup, and this is the thanks you get, right?
Hey, they're challenging us, but we're up for the challenge.
You guys are certainly evolving and improving team. You have a lot of American-based collegiate players playing with your team. How is the progress of the Mexican side coming right now?
It's coming along. I think the Mexican-Americans bring a lot of experience because most of us have been playing since 5, 6 years old. And then we've played all through the years and through collegiate years. And so we're adding more experience to the team, hoping to raise the level of play over there in Mexico.
Your thoughts on this game? This is pretty spirited for an all-star game, isn't it?
Right. It is, and the fans are awesome, you know, cheering for both teams, and it's just an amazing game. It's an amazing event.
Tremendous, Lori. Thanks for your time, and good luck this summer.
Thank you.
The bilingual Lori Hill. That's nice. One of several players playing for Mexico that have played in U.S. colleges. Here's Fotopoulos, but the flag is up as she chipped it anyway. The referee might have a warning for her. Yes, she does. Daniel Fotopoulos finding it hard just to find playing time because of the talent that's in front of him.
Well, it's key for DeChico to get the depth of his team in line, and he's always working out with players like Fotopoulos, Parlo, Venturini, McMillan, to name a few of the stars that are coming off the bench.
Ducar lost it. The defense tries to help out. And it's clear you are seeing part of the real future of this team when you see Parlo out there together with Fotopoulos. Long when Ham and Akers are done, these guys will still be playing. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific on ESPN, Alabama battles Florida in women's college basketball. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network. Go.com. From women's basketball to women's soccer, international soccer at that. We've had a good one for you tonight. The World All-Stars with a 2-1 lead in a game that might have been even more physical than you may have thought, especially when you consider the way All-Star games are played. Charmaine Hooper, the name player today with a couple of goals, turning this game around. It's Lori Hill to the far left, who was recently interviewed by Rob Stone, and she'll be playing for Mexico in, unfortunately, I guess for them, the group of death, but Mexico will gain a lot of experience this summer.
No question about it, and a lot of the players, the strength in Mexico's squad comes from the Mexican Americans. They've played, a lot of them have played college ball here in the U.S. One, to name one, Monica Gerardo, who is the all-time leading goal scorer at Notre Dame. She's on that squad, and so it's going to be interesting. They have a lot of experience, but they also have a lot of youth, and they are placed in the toughest bracket in the World Cup.
Throw-in coming up. Mohammed has come on as well. Sarah Mohammed from Egypt. She's only 16.
JP, she's one of the 3 players that is in this All-Star game that's not on one of the teams that has qualified for the World Cup. 15 other teams other than the U.S. have 1 player each, and then there's 3 additional players. So Egypt is a team to be reckoned with in the future, and they're trying to build their side and get prepared so they can qualify for the next World Cup.
Just over the halfway line, the World All-Stars with Charmaine Hooper. And we're going to go with the advantage. Instead, it's a foul. Rob Stone is standing by with Mia Hamm. That ball was never stopped moving, I don't think. Let's go downstairs to Rob.
Yeah, Mia's watching this game very intently for an all-star game. This is getting heated, isn't it?
Yeah.
You want to get it back out there, don't you?
I don't think there's a non-competitive person out on this field. But this has been a lot of fun. Of course, we like to be up a goal right now, but, you know, we'll use this as a learning experience.
Your thoughts on the draw? Nigeria, North Korea, and Denmark. Your initial comments once you saw those are the three teams you were facing?
You know, every team in this tournament's going to be tough. And, you know, North Korea, we've never played. Nigeria, we've never played. And from what I hear, they're the strongest team in Africa. So it's not going to be easy for us. And if we get through, then we have that tough B group, with which could be dubbed the group of death.
You guys are the Olympic champions, but not the World Cup champions. How much is playing that on your mind to try and reclaim that title?
Well, the World Cup is everything in this game, and you know, we respect the fact that Norway's reigning champions, and I think everyone's approaching this tournament as an opportunity to dethrone them, and that's what we hope. We want to be in the final, but we understand it's going to take a lot to get there.
You opened up the '99 Cup in Giant Stadium versus Denmark. Probably safe to say the toughest team in. Is it a good way or a bad way?
Well, I think Denmark always plays us tough. They get us used to that European style, and pretty much, you know, from day one, we got to get out there and play hard. So Denmark's going to be tough for us.
Mia, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You're looking at 14, Sarah Mohammed, only 16 years old, and playing out there with the best in the world. Foul is going to be called on Christine Lilly. And while others have come out, Christine Lilly continues to press forward. Many times, most times, she'll play a full 90 minutes.
She is back in the midfield now for the U.S., which shows how versatile she is as a player. She can play up front. She can play in the back. We don't see her in the back, but she could play in the back. She is the most complete player on the U.S. squad, and one of the most complete players in the world.
Mensah being chased by Sobrero. And this one will go deep into the USA's area. And they're into the field. Played up now to Joy Fawcett. Nearly 84 minutes gone in this one. And the USA will have to rally to just get a draw here. They're down 2-1. Now in the 85th minutes. Sobrero pushing forward. Bending it. It hangs up there. Carlson lost it. And then a trip. No. Wow. Well, that's a penalty kick if Sonia Denoncourt makes that call.
That's what the crowd's calling for. That's what it looked like from up here.
Throw in instead, near side. I don't know how Carlson originally lost that ball after she's made so many brilliant saves.
I wonder if maybe she lost sight of it in the lights or something, because that ball did almost squirt through her legs.
Lilly in a space. Roberts has great speed. Chasing it. And the Italian player, Manuela Tesse, does a good job on that. Goal kick coming up.
Here's a look at the ball that's served into the box here. Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of a communication error, and definitely a trip. There's definitely a trip there. And you get a PK there, makes it a 2-2 game. It could be a very different situation out here.
Christine Lilly staying there right to the end. 2-1. World All-Stars leading against the USA. And Roberts again with another foul. Definitely have to be more fouls called than in a regular All-Star game. There's been some pretty tough play here. Linda Madeline going long. Look out there on the loose ball, but Sobrero clears it away from Hooper. He's looking for a hat trick. Grigorieva gave it up. Murray was there. Now Grigorieva will chase. She has come on too during one of our interviews. She is from Russia. We liked her during U.S. Cup.
And on U.S. Cup, we saw her coming out of the central attacking midfielder role, so she's playing out on the outside. Probably not going to get quite as many touches on the ball as we saw in the U.S. Cup, but she's a quality player.
Harlow was the intended target. Mensah. Mensah good on the dribble. Looking long. Graziella, the flag is up. The referee did not acknowledge it. Overbeck near the halfway line. That's broken up. Switched across. Picked up and taken over by Tessé. Left side. Here's Mensah. Putting it into space. USA looking, and they clear it out. We'll go downstairs to Rob Stone with Brianna Scurry.
Yes, we were joined now by Brianna. And Denmark, you're opening up with them. What is their offense like? What do you see in them?
Denmark's a tough team. We opened up with them in the Olympics, and they always play us real tough. And so we're looking forward to a good game, and it should be a good match and good to see. And hopefully we'll on top.
When you look at the three other teams in your group, Game 1, as we said, versus Denmark, is that pretty much going to decide who comes in first or second?
I don't really know how Nigeria or North Korea play, but I know Denmark is tough. It's hard to say. In the World Cup, anything can happen, so we got to be ready.
As a goalkeeper, is it a good thing to go against two teams that you've never seen before?
Actually, I like to know everything I possibly can about them, who's dangerous and who's talented and whatnot. So it's going to be a little bit difficult, but by then we should know a lot more about them. So
there's certainly some strong offensive teams in the tournament. Were there a couple teams that went into other brackets and you let out a little sigh that you knew you weren't going to play them until later?
I have to admit we were pretty happy when Brazil went to Germany. Tough, and they're probably the best team out of the next 12 teams to go, so we're kind of happy we didn't end up with them.
Great. Thank you for your time. Good luck this summer.
Thank you.
Crazy George leading the cheers for USA as they try to come back. Down by 1. Fantopoulos played it in, and she was hoping for deflection. Lily was running through. So was Foudy on the opposite side. Ulrika Carlson. Good job for her in the second half.
She's done a great job, and I think her confidence, she didn't already have as much confidence as she needed. She certainly got it when she made that first save on Venturini's shot. That really changed the complexion of the second half.
USA moving it out of the back, intended for Lily. That's broken up. Julie Murray from Australia, she'll lead it in. She was looking for Graziella. Now on the left side, USA with time going against them now. Lily touching ahead towards Roberts. And in that collision, World All-Stars come up with the ball. Tessé had it knocked away, and she touched it last, apparently. Lily on the quick throw-in. Back was Linda Madelin, who's had a steady, strong game for the World All-Stars, as you might expect. This might be her last hurrah as well. She probably doesn't want to hear me say that. But at age 33 internationally, who knows?
She's one of these players who, we talked a little bit about Akers' situation, as she's played more years, she's been moved back into a position where her body is being preserved a little bit more, but really it's a phenomenally strong role for her to play for the U.S. Definitely not slighting the fact that she's been moved back into the midfield by any means. She's probably our most dangerous weapon, but Madelin is one of these players who played up front, actually was up front in 96 in the Olympics, and now she's been moved in the back because of her experience, and she's so good back there because she knows what the forwards are going to do. She's been a forward her whole life.
We're told to play 4 minutes of stoppage time. Here's Foudy putting it through. McMillan had been detained on the wing, and Ulrika Carlson will put it back in play. There's the official word, 4 minutes. Well, that's good news for the USA. Potentially, anyway. And the crowd will enjoy that, too. Good crowd tonight. Had a nice walk-up. On this cold night in San Jose, people got to see the draw. I think, by and large, they're pleasantly surprised by the talent level exhibited by the World All-Stars after 1 day of practice, but we're seeing some great stuff out here tonight.
JP, I totally agree with you. There isn't a weak player out here, and it's exciting to see because some of the players here from the countries we don't know a lot about are great players. You can see them. They're leaders out here on the field with all the rest of these heroes.
There's only one player here from Germany and from China and from Norway, and they have several. Brazil didn't send all of their best. One player was injured, so many more stars are coming in the summer. McMillan was doing some holding as the ball was cleared. And now the foul as Fantopoulos and Hooper got together. The World All-Stars looking to win this one, and right now they've got the lead.
And they're going to milk the clock as much as they can.
We're in a stoppage time by about 3 minutes into the third minute. Julie Murray sliding it through, looking for Graciela. Sobrero turns it across. Some good pressure being put on by the World All-Stars, and they'll take some time with this throw in. It's Grigorieva, Russian midfielder. It's coming back. USA touching back to Lilly from Parlo. Lilly was tripped up. And the foul is on Murray.
Chippy, we've seen how phenomenal Hooper has been out here. Could you imagine if Brazil's Rosalie had been able to make the trip? She's injured. She's by far their most brilliant attacker for Brazil. She is phenomenal, and I can imagine we could have seen her and Hooper up top together.
Got Rosalie, Coutinho on that team. Brazil's going to be good. They're probably the most improved team. Not probably, they are, since 1995, where they finished 9th in the World Cup and then 4th in the next Olympics. So that was quite a rise, and they almost beat China.
And a lot of that growth in Brazil in the women's game has come from the fact that it's now accepted. It's a part of their culture. The girls start playing pickup at a very young age, and they also have a lot of male role models that they see every day and can learn from. But it's just becoming more of a part of the culture.
Carlson will clear at the halfway line, USA. Maybe down to a final chance or two. Time running out here in stoppage time. Cleared by the WorldStars. 1 against 2 defending. Sobrero turned it up a notch. That was well played defensively. Back for Tracy Ducart. And Fotopoulos and Tesse in that collision. It goes against Fotopoulos. And you can say that the crowd doesn't agree if you want. Linda Madelin putting it in play, keeping it on the ground. That's broken up by the U.S., but Linda Madelin wins it back, puts it inside. Graciela chesting it down, but the flag was up on the far side. Foudy playing it back for Lilly. Foudy again. Upfield it comes. USA down by 1 against the World All-Stars. Fotopoulos knotted it down. McMillan trying to avoid the tackle inside the box. To the end line. That's blocked out for a corner. This may be it. 1 corner kick and game over. We'll see. Played across. Loose. Another corner. Sonia Denoncourt has looked at the watch. Off that corner. Inside. It's coming out. Again a look at the watch. That's it. The World All-Stars have defeated the U.S. national team. And this was more than an All-Star game for these ladies. They are really excited about this win here in San Jose, and they played well, Wendy.
Well, they certainly did. There's no way that any of these players, as competitive as they are, is going to leave anything but 100% out there on the field. And just phenomenal players, and it's so exciting for them to see and for the rest of the crowd to see.
It was an exciting night in San Jose, and we still have more business to take care of. We'll tell you more about the USA and the draw when we come back. Charmaine Hooper, though, was the star with 2 goals today as the World All-Stars defeated the U.S. national team 2-1. We're coming right back.
Dos policías latinos, de lados opuestos de la frontera, con solo una cosa en común: sus apellidos.
Eduardo Reyes. Alex Reyes.
Pero cuando una vida está en juego, los dos hablan el mismo idioma.
¡Quieto!
Telemundo presenta la primera serie de acción en español: Reyes y Rey.
Mobile Communications Service Company in Gainesville and Athens is your Motorola authorized two-way radio dealer and national service center for Northeast Georgia. Call Mobile Communications for all your communications needs, business or personal. A factory-trained staff is ready to provide you with quick, reliable service. And ask about the full line of communications products for racing from Racecom, the Racing Communications division of Mobile Communications. That's Mobile Communications, Athens, Gainesville.
And these are our away jerseys. And if we ever get invaded by the planet Zoltar, this is what we'll wear. But hopefully that's not going to happen.
Pads for legs, $1,500. Glove for hand, $400. Mask for face, $150. Having a slinky for a spine, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Official card of the NHL and fan of those who dominate the game.
Golf Digest presents 50 ways to lower your score.
To get greater distance, turn your right foot out. For a better backswing, don't slide. Turn your hips instead.
Now, lower your score, drive longer, hit straighter, and play your best golf ever with the 50 new stroke-saving tips in every Golf Digest. Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $19.97. Plus, get this stroke-saving video free.
Call 800-417-1200.
The 1999 Women's World Cup Soccer Draw on ESPN2 is brought to you by Adidas and by Allstate, proud marketing partner of the 1999 Women's World Cup. You're in good hands with Allstate. You're looking at Charmaine Hooper, who scored both goals about 6 minutes apart. 2-1, the World All-Stars defeat the United States thanks to the great effort by the Canadian international Charmaine Hooper. And she will be presented as the most spectacular player. That's the most spectacular player award presented by Bud Light. And Charmaine Hooper gets it. And Wendy, that's well deserved.
There's no question about it, and we called that from the top of the show. She's an outstanding player. She shreds defenses on her own.
Most definitely a player to watch come this summer when the World Cup kicks off in the United States. They announced the crowd while we were away, too. 15,000 plus here in San Jose, so another strong statement for women's soccer. As Sepp Blatter said, the future for soccer is feminine. He's got to be encouraged by the signs tonight, especially the crowd.
There's no question about it. This is one of the venues for the World Cup. The crowd was very, very energized. They were excited. They were behind the game. And it just gives you chills to see, and it's great to see where this game has come.
Let's get some more on what's to take place this summer. Rob Stone standing by with Julie Foudy.
Yeah, live with my buddy Julie Foudy. The ultra-competitive Julie Foudy. You are in a bad mood right now.
I am in a bad mood. Even losing a WorldStars game, it means nothing, but that's a tough loss. But it's a good game. I mean, the crowd's so into it. It's end-to-end. It's exciting, and that's what women's soccer is all about. So I think that's a great showcase for what the World Cup's going to be about.
Take us through that goal. You're becoming a little goal scorer lately, aren't you?
Well, Mia just got in on the outside, and it's a great run coming in from midfield because it's kind of delayed. It's the trailer run, and so I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and usually they don't hear me.
Usually you're quiet, too.
Yeah, usually I'm very quiet. So I was shouting, and she just put a perfect ball back into me, and I have to finish something like that. So.
Let's move on. Let's talk about the draw. Two teams you guys have never faced in your history, Nigeria and North Korea, and then the big European side, Denmark. What are your thoughts?
I think that's a fairly good draw for us. You know, North Korea, though, is a very good team from my understanding. Very technical, plays a lot like China, so that will be a tough draw. I have no idea really about Nigeria, although we saw their forward here today, and she is about 10 feet tall and had some speed. So if that's any indication about Nigeria, then they'll be a tough team. And then, of course, Denmark, the European side, is someone we came up against in the Olympics and is always very strong. So
I got to put this in quickly. This week, Sports Illustrated, Julie Foudy, the little bikini girl. Look at those legs. Good job, Foudy. JP, Wendy.
How do we top that one off, Rob and Julie? We'll look forward to that issue. When we come back, we will attempt to speak with the MVP of this game, and that is Charmaine Hooper, who scored 2 goals as the World All-Stars defeated the U.S. national team by the score of 2-1. That is our final. Still plenty more business to take care of, so please come back with us to San Jose, California. What a night it's been.
Okay, babe. Here we go.
All-Stars defeated the U.S. 2-1 was the play of Charmaine Hooper, and she is standing by now with Rob Stone. We go downstairs again.
What a spectacular game by the former North Carolina State star. Take me through those 2 goals.
Well, that free kick, I was just very thankful to have gotten that free kick. I didn't really think it was a free kick, but because I got it, I just wanted to do whatever I could to put that ball in. And I don't know, it must be the shoes. but it went right in the corner. I think it deflected off of the defender's head and went in the goal. So I was pretty thankful.
A nice little burst of energy for your Canadian national team. Here's your draw. You're taking on Japan, Russia, and the defending World Cup champions, Norway. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough division, but I think what we have to do is to come together as a team and start thinking about these games ahead of us in the World Cup, and then go from there. Take the games one at a time.
Charmaine, great game. Thanks for your time and good luck this summer.
Thank you very
JP?
much.
And Charmaine will be a favorite here, the way she entertained this crowd. Their first match is against Japan right here in this stadium. All right, flowers for everybody. Why not? It's Valentine's Day. In San Jose, California, we'll be coming right back. The World All-Stars have defeated the U.S. national team 2-1. Welcome back, everyone. What a night in San Jose, and fans won't leave without an autograph for us. Brianna Escoria and all of her teammates doing the autograph work, and it's not even work for them. 2-1 is the final score. USA lose this. Let's take a look at a couple of the groups that we haven't seen in a while. Go over those for you. Group B is considered the group of death, and for obvious reasons, we told you earlier, whoever was in that group that got Brazil would be the group of death, and they also got Italy, too.
Exactly. Italy is an emerging world power again. They've had the history with their program. They've been very, very strong, but with Germany and Brazil, you have two of the top 5 teams. And then Mexico, we saw some nice play out of Laurie Hill tonight. They've got some good Mexican-Americans that are really contributing to the growth of that program. So it's really, really a tough group.
Remember, top 2 teams advancing from each group. Germany and Brazil are the favorites. How about in Group D, where China and Sweden should go on, but Australia has improved?
Right. You would think that China is obviously the top seed there, but Sweden and Australia, it's up for grabs there. Australia is a much improved side. They have a league now. They're in full-time residency. They're preparing to be in top shape for the Olympics in 2000. And Ghana, you just don't know.
First game is interesting, though. China versus Sweden. So if they get a draw or there's an upset there, you know, Australia could get off to a very, very good start. Over 15,000 were here tonight in San Jose on a very, very cold night. 250 journalists were here from all over the world, representing some 9 countries. It was a very big event this whole weekend, from the press conferences to the draw and to this game itself, where Charmaine Hooper was able to score a couple of goals about 6 minutes apart. And because of her, or at least largely due to her, the World All-Stars have won this game by the final score of 2-1. And this team played very well despite one day of practice.
Well, and you put so many quality players on the field. I think that's a talent that makes them exceptional. They can play under any environment, any conditions.
Fans are still waiting, and why not? Get your autographs before you say goodbye. Final score tonight ended up as a 2-1 win for the World All-Stars over the United States. Charmaine Hooper had a couple of goals, and Julie Foudy had one. This is the USA schedule coming up, and they will open up with the toughest team in that particular group in Group A, which is Denmark, and that game will be played at Giants Stadium. RPM tonight is next. For Wendy Gebauer and Rob Stone, I'm John Paul De La Camera. We say so long from San Jose. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network, go.com.